These days, new technology is being developed all the time, but not every invention is successful in the marketplace. That's because technology can't just be thrown into the world and expected to survive. In order for a new technology to succeed in capturing profits, it must overcome several barriers. The process of overcoming these barriers to successful innovation is called legitimization. Legitimization has two dimensions, cognitive and sociopolitical. Cognitive legitimacy is developed through technical knowledge and industry analysis. Sociopolitical legitimacy is developed by understanding the value that society places on the technology on the basis of cultural or political influences. Let's take an electric car as an example. Knowing that the car works and that it won't break down establishes cognitive legitimacy. But sociopolitical legitimacy is derived from the value that people place on the car. An electric car may have higher sociopolitical legitimacy in an eco-friendly population than in a typical population. So, how does an organization establish legitimacy for its technology? By minimizing uncertainties. Developing a technology strategy that overcomes uncertainties in these four areas is an effective way to strengthen legitimacy, both cognitive and sociopolitical. As such, utilizing TCOS analysis early on in the development process can save organizations years of struggle in overcoming both technical and social barriers. We'll examine several organizations that have developed similar technologies but operate with different strategies. We'll see how those strategies affect the success of the technology's diffusion into society, and then look at which strategy is the most effective. Our first case is Monsanto, a company that develops transgenic seeds for more efficient, large-scale farming. These transgenic seeds are genetically modified to be resistant to Monsanto's herbicide, so that all other plants and weeds are killed except for these. In order to fully extract potential revenue from their transgenics, Monsanto rigorously developed a tight appropriability strategy that included securing intellectual property rights, patents, and trademarks, among other protections. These strict legal mechanisms assured Monsanto's stakeholders that their investments would be worthwhile in the long run. In this way, Monsanto successfully established cognitive legitimacy for their transgenic seed technology by ensuring technical and commercial viability. However, Monsanto had failed to predict how society would accept their technology. While agribusiness and large-scale farmers utilized Monsanto's technology, small subsidiary farmers and foreign governments held concerns about its introduction. With concerns that the technology would unfairly benefit large firms, small farmers in Brazil successfully protested the diffusion of transgenics within the country. In addition, local farmers expressed hostility toward a U.S. firm that would compete to overtake Brazil in soybean production. These unexpected objections and conflicts reflect Monsanto's failure to establish sociopolitical legitimacy for their technology. In the end, Monsanto's promising technology suffered through years of costly delays and moral opposition. Now we'll take a look at another technology, golden rice. Golden rice is rice that is genetically modified to have high levels of vitamin A. Like Monsanto's seeds, it's also transgenic technology. However, unlike Monsanto, golden rice freely provides licenses for research in developing countries and provides royalty-free seeds to low-income farmers. This loose appropriability is motivated by two professors' desire to address vitamin A deficiency, a prevalent disease afflicting the populations of many developing countries. Since golden rice was developed through publicly funded research, when it came time to negotiate patents and intellectual property rights, the researchers donated the technology to a private company that had sufficient resources to cover the costs of cognitive legitimization. Unfortunately, like Monsanto, golden rice also faced difficulties in developing sociopolitical legitimacy after encountering various environmental and health issues stemming from concerns about GMOs, antibiotic resistance, and reduced crop diversity. Society also became skeptical when they saw private companies becoming involved, which tarnished golden rice's humanitarian reputation. Despite having a different market, looser appropriability, and a humanitarian vision, golden rice failed to establish sociopolitical legitimacy, and the product has suffered from years of delays. Unfortunately, both Monsanto and golden rice completed the research, development, and diffusion of each technology before they realized that the products lacked sociopolitical legitimacy. Remember this? A strategy that uniformly decreases technological, commercial, organizational, and social uncertainties can secure both cognitive and socio-political legitimacy. Now we'll take a look at an organization that uses TCOS analysis early on in their research phase in order to address uncertainties and prevent costly delays. Genome Canada is a nonprofit organization that has been conducting publicly funded research to support large-scale genomics in Canada. One of their most promising projects has been developing lignin-based products. Lignin is a renewable resource produced from forest biomass that can be transformed into various projects. In a time when renewable and sustainable resources are in high demand, Genome Canada has successfully developed products that have captured government's attention. One of these lignin-based products is synthetic vanillin, a flavoring agent used for foods. Despite vanillin being a popular food product, the researchers initially were unsure about the social legitimacy of their vanillin because they knew that consumers would be cautious of genetically modified products. However, the TCOS analysis showed that lignin-based vanillin is still highly promising because it's modified by a gene knockout method instead of the highly controversial transgenic method. Therefore, the researchers agreed to focus their energy and resources on communicating the differences between modification techniques to the public. This way, Genome Canada would be able to decrease the social uncertainty surrounding their lignin-based vanillin and establish sociopolitical legitimacy. The TCOS analysis was also applied to another one of Genome Canada's projects, lignin-based resin. Lignin-based resin is a promising technology because it's a more green alternative to the current formaldehyde resins that were recently classified as carcinogenic. Manufacturers are thus encouraged to use formaldehyde-free alternatives, giving lignin-based resin an advantage. However, early analysis with the TCOS method found that the construction industry is very price-sensitive, and that manufacturers are unlikely to switch to an alternative resin simply for environmental reasons. Lignin-based resin would need to be a more cost-efficient alternative than formaldehyde for manufacturers to actually switch over. Thanks to the TCOS analysis, the researchers know to focus on the commercial uncertainties of this particular product, making their lignin-based resin more cost-competitive. In this case, increasing lignin-based resin's cognitive legitimacy is the most crucial method to ensure successful diffusion into the marketplace. We've examined 3 organizations. The first 2, Monsanto and Gundars, successfully conquered the technological and commercial uncertainties by ensuring that their products were functional and captured large amounts of investment. However, both failed to properly anticipate or address sociopolitical concerns, and their products were left sitting on the shelf for years. Unexpected obstacles from social, cultural, institutional, and political factors severely restricted the success of Monsanto's transgenic seeds and golden rice. Genome Canada provides an example of an organization that understood the value of obtaining early knowledge. By using TCOS analysis, the organization was able to identify and prepare for potential concerns. Organizations should follow this example and seek out knowledge early on in the research stages of product development in order to better shape their technology strategies. By increasing awareness of these legitimization processes and preparing to overcome hurdles in each of these critical areas, organizations can avoid unexpected and costly delays and ensure the lasting success and viability of their products. If you'd like to find out more, please read the full article in California Management Review, Volume 56, Issue Number 3.